Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for This Week in YouTube is provided by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is This Week in YouTube, episode 25, recorded October 7th, 2013. Never watch an ad again. This episode of This Week in YouTube is brought to you by Full Sail University. Full Sail offers both online and campus degree programs centered on real-world experience in the entertainment, media, and technology industries. For more information, visit fullsail.edu/TWIYT. And by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website or online portfolio. For a free trial and 10% off, go to squarespace.com and use offer code TWIYT10. Hello and welcome to This Week in YouTube. I'm Chad Johnson. As always, joining me, well, as always except for last week, joining me is the best person ever, Lamar Wilson. How you doing?
That should be my title right at the bottom. Let's change
Just
that.
Lamar Wilson, best person ever.
Yeah. I mean, who's gonna claim that?
You couldn't even argue against that. Like, no, you're not the best person ever.
Because then you sound like a really bad person to say that. So
yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
No problem. What were you up to last week when you had to leave the show for a very important?
I was just tired of you. I just needed a break,
Oh.
and I took a. But the real reason.
That's what my family said too. Yeah.
Is that why you're here?
Yeah.
I went to the YouTube space for it was a meeting with various advertisers that they had a whole week of wowing advertisers because YouTube was telling them why they should bring their brands to YouTube. So they had me. I'd say me first. You know, it's not how you're supposed to say it. I mean,
Right.
Daily Grace. What's her name? It was a beauty guru, and it was Dave Days and all these huge people, and then it was me on this panel. It was in like a little theater, so we were like sitting on these chairs and looking up at all the people and talking about our channels, our goals, what we expect out of brands and how we integrate them, things we like, things we don't like. You know, it was very educational, I think, for them, and it was very educational for me to kind of get an idea of what they're looking for on YouTube, because a lot of them come from the podcast world, like what this is, and they don't fully know how to integrate into the YouTube world, which is very different. And so I gave them some insights and told them of some bad experiences that I had with a couple of brands who really made the video was supposed to be me talking about something I liked, and it turned into a commercial, the whole video. And that is not, you can't do that on YouTube. You just can't not do that with your audience. And so I told myself I would never do one like that again. I hate that video to this day. And, but they changed it at the end. So we just gave them advice about being clear what they want up front, and just being cool and pay us more.
Right.
It wasn't a union video. It wasn't about a union. No, we're not looking for bigger pay. We're not going to shut down YouTube because of pay.
Strike.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any more videos. Tell you bad.
So you pay me more.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And that actually works really well into our first story.
Oh, it does.
Which is, what would happen, Lamar, if I had a product that I could sell you or someone in the audience that takes away all advertisements automatically without really installing anything on your computer? You add this one piece of hardware to your system, and then no matter what computer, if you're on an iPad, some browsers on mobile devices don't have extensions like desktop class browsers do. What would you say to this amazing product?
I would say, get it the hell out of here.
Yeah. Well, this is an actual product that is being pitched. This is AdTrap. Basically, it's a little box that you put Ethernet in and you get Ethernet out, and you add it before, say, your Wi-Fi router or something like that.
It's a pass-through.
It's just a quick pass-through. And what it promises to do is remove any and all ads from the internet. This includes banner ads that are on the sides of pages. This includes pre-roll on YouTube. This is specifically one that they mentioned. And you wouldn't ever have to deal with or see ads again on the internet.
And it's $139. They're doing a Kickstarter campaign for it. You know what was interesting? Now they said they're working with certain brands who would be interested in whitelisting. You know, maybe if they paid them, they wouldn't. Like if Google said, "Hey, don't block our ads," you know, they would try to force Google to pay. I think that's something similar to what the extension AdBlock is doing.
That's
trying to strong arm.
I believe it's AdBlock Plus is doing
AdBlock Plus. Yeah. My opinion on this is like, okay, so back in the day, I, like everyone else in Firefox, used AdBlock. When it came to Chrome, I used AdBlock, but that was before I became a creator. And once you start creating things and you see that a lot of people live off this revenue model. When I started blogging, when I started doing, then I appreciated them when I took them out, because I really thought about other people. And I know that's a moral goody two shoe thing, but really, if you think about, you stripping those ads, you're taking significant revenue from people, because there isn't really a better model out there yet. There needs to be a better model, but there really isn't. I mean, like what we're doing in video or in podcasts, in show ads, which you can't skip. That's a good way to start, but you can't really do anything about it. So I don't know. It's one of those things that bugs me. People will sit there and watch commercials. Not everybody has a TiVo, mind you. So most people sit there and watch commercials just fine. But on the internet, oh my God, how dare you, make a living off of what you're doing? And that's the attitude that so many people have. Is like, look, you need to go get a real job.
Yeah, I do. There's definitely people out there that definitely have the attitude that you're doing something that's so cool that you shouldn't get paid for it. And I've seen that before. I think a lot of people passively turn on ad block stuff just because maybe a certain website that they do like goes too far. I've definitely seen that where the website is unusable now.
Oh, absolutely.
I currently do still use AdBlock, and that's mostly because right now, I'm sharing my screen to the world, basically, either on, this is my browser, and many times if an ad takes over what I'm doing while I'm in the middle of video switching a live performance show, that 30 seconds that the ad runs is too much. Unfortunately for me, my barrier is if it takes 2 seconds to get through the ad, it's too much of an ad, and I can't do that in a live situation. So I still have on ad block. The whitelist that you mentioned is really interesting because this happened with AdBlock Plus, and basically their argument from the very beginning, it feels like you block all ads except for the ones that pay you to get through.
Yes, it's already shady.
It seems super shady, right?
Yeah.
That's
my main problem with this.
Their main argument is we will let appropriate ads through. Basically, we have to judge your ads, and if they're fine ads, if we don't think that they're taking over browsers, if we don't think they're doing like nefarious stuff, which they decide, then they'll let it through.
That's the point. I was glad to see that, at least in this article, Mashable that we referenced, I got it when it first came out. I let the comments come in. It was really good to see that a lot of people were like, no, why would you do this? That you would kill the free internet as we know it today would be killed if this became a mainstream thing.
And that's a good point. I mean, there's the people who are making the argument that maybe you shouldn't get money for our awesome jobs. But there's a lot of stuff that relies on ads, not just us YouTube creators, blogs, which
Google relies on ads. The whole service.
Absolutely. If there were no ads, there would not be any Gmail, YouTube. All the Google services, calendars. And all the things that Google touches indirectly, not just Google products. But yeah, that wouldn't exist because they're an advertisement company.
Yeah. And like I said, until there's a better situation out there, I think it's gonna, be the same. Yes, I don't live off ads, but it's a part of my income because I do other things to make an income on YouTube. But yeah, I was just, when I thought of this box, I thought of it in terms of YouTube, and that's unfortunately when you're dealing with our audiences, when you deal with the tech audience, you're gonna see more of that, and which is why one of the reasons I'm generalizing my content just to appeal to regular, just a broader, sense of people, so that, I don't just fall out of what I'm doing because everybody's blocking because they're tech savvy. It's so sad to think about it like that, because I don't want to have to segregate my audience or segregate my content based on a few people. But this is a larger problem that I hope there is a solution to. I'm with you. I don't like a whole bunch of ads popping up either. I remember what you said 2 weeks ago when I was here. I wish I could do what you're doing, where hey, I don't put pre-rolls on, and eventually, maybe the next 6 months or so, I will get to the point where I'm making enough of something, doing other things that, hey, no pre-rolls, just like the Vlog Brothers.
It sounds like both of us are in sort of neither of us are black and white on this. We're both in a gray area where we believe that ads need to happen. We disagree with the idea of obtrusive or burdensome ads. And I think that this may actually, it's $130 or $140. So someone
that's a barrier to entry right there.
Has to really not like ads, right? And so it seems like maybe these things and also browser extensions are what will actually help the ad industry do things correctly, which is unburdensome ads and what me and truly the ads that we do on this network, and we are about ready to go into an ad after this story,
that's hilarious.
is the best type of ad, because we've looked at it, we've decided that it's an ad. Like I have to physically read to you what I like, an ad that we approve, which means that there is a big pain if I don't approve of the ad, if it goes against a principle of mine. That's a really hard pill to swallow if you have taken the next step, instead of just having ads next to you that you're actually giving the ad. And I feel like that's the best type of ad because it's the most genuine type of ad.
Yeah, and dude, what I hope happens with these boxes and the ad block is that these sites, Google just get some balls under them and just say, fine, you all use those things, but we see it coming through our network like that, we're going to block you. And so, Engadget, all your favorite sites that you've been blocking, you don't get to read anymore because why should you get it free? And
wow.
I mean, that's a tough pill to swallow. That'd be tough for Google to do.
Yeah, if the ad can't load, the page doesn't load.
Yeah, it's simple as that. You want to block
interesting.
You want to block pre-rolls on YouTube, you're more than welcome to, but you won't be able to watch the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but I think that's the next solution to stop some of this until we find a better ad thing. So, but you're going to do a better ad thing now, aren't you?
So with that, let me actually thank one of the sponsors, and that truly makes this episode possible. Without our sponsors and our advertisers, we can't keep the lights on, we can't hire Anthony to switch the video, and we can't publish this show. So with that, thank you, Full Sail University. Now, with tons of new platforms such as YouTube or new distribution channels, independent filmmakers have new opportunities to tell and share their stories all over the place. In Full Sail University's online digital cinematography bachelor's program, students learn the elements of filmmaking from shooting, editing, post-production as they make their own films. They'll refine these skills by learning from instructors who have professional experience in the field. Full Sail's education philosophy emphasizes an immersion and real-world approach to learning. After graduation, students can pursue a variety of career paths, from production roles in video technology to creating and marketing their own films. Just this past year, 35 graduates from Full Sail's film program worked on production of 7 Oscar-winning films. Through Project Launchbox program, students also receive a camera, a MacBook Pro, and additional filmmaking software and tools that at an educational discount. This becomes a portable studio so that they can build their own film portfolios. Full Sail's university degree programs are designed for various roles in entertainment, media and technology industries, including art and design, filmmaking, recording arts, entertainment and business web design and development, and a whole bunch more. Both bachelor's and master's degree are available online or at their campuses located in Winter Park, Florida. You can head on over to fullsail.edu/TWIYT to learn more. And if you use that, they know that we sent you, so thanks a lot. And we, of course, thank Full Sail for their support of our show this week in YouTube. So thank you so much.
I had to eat that last grape so fast because you wrapped up. I was like, nom, nom, nom.
That's awesome. So go ahead.
So I wanted to really hate this story. I did because I wanted to find something negative with it. But more I thought about it, it seemed like a cool idea. But what YouTube is doing, announced on November 3rd, which is a Sunday, they're going to host their first ever YouTube Music Awards, and Eminem, Lady Gaga will make videos or live performances for this, Arcade Fire, and they will showcase some of the best YouTube talent and also unknown people. So they say, we'll see, but like Lindsey Sterling, CDZA, hey, maybe some Tay Zonday, I don't know. But yeah, and there'll be different musical collaborations all around the world. It'll be a live stream, so people may be performing in different parts of the world, but it'll all be live mainly in New York City. And I wanted to find something negative with this, like, well, why don't they do a regular YouTube, things for vlog? And it's like, and I had to stop myself and say, okay, this is a start.
Yeah,
this is a start, and this is a good thing because where does everyone go to watch music, listen to music, or watch music videos? I mean, they don't even go to Vivo's site. They go to YouTube to get to Vivo.
Yeah.
So
for a lot of people, iTunes isn't the place that they go for music anymore. Which iTunes, it's funny, you mentioning this reminds me so much of the iTunes Music Festival that they have every year. And
absolutely,
no one I talked to my sister, and she makes playlists of music that she likes, and then she plays it on YouTube. And she's done. She's gotten her music fix.
Now, I mean, I do use, especially since now I have iOS products again. I do use iTunes. I love the iTunes Radio. But those type of scenarios are mainly when I'm driving, or if I'm just chilling here in the house. I just kind of want the radio and nothing visual in my mind. But yeah, I think this is something for the younger kids that my generation, like, I don't like make playlists of music and listen to them that way. I
agree. I don't either.
I watch a music video every so often, but I mainly like hearing versus saying.
iTunes Radio is free, but do you pay for any other services? Because like I pay for
I pay $25 a year for the iTunes Match.
Got it.
Which makes iTunes Radio ad free.
Right.
So I pay for that. Also, I'm still paying for Google Music because I'm waiting patiently for them to move it over to iOS. I heard it's there.
Yes.
But Apple is just not approving it. And because Google Music by far is amazing. I've used Spotify. I actually have premium Spotify to the end of this month. So yeah, I'm open to all these streaming services. I really love them.
Yeah, and what I would say, my argument would be, is when my sister started doing all this stuff, and I'm using my sister as an example, but this is the who sits down and listens to music only on YouTube. There is no money for her to pay for these services. I pay for Google Play All Access as well, but she back then didn't have any money, and the only place that she could turn to was free YouTube videos.
I see.
Yeah, and so that's my argument is that a lot, like, I am in the same boat. Like, why would anyone like search and then like it's kind of like a crappy quality of video.
Because
like,
you might not get the official one.
Half of them are like Windows Movie Maker, like crappy videos. Anyway, but this looks cool. They're sort of embracing the fact that YouTube is very musical, and it's always been musical. Some of the best vloggers in the very beginning were always music oriented. Putting their music up. Very, very neat. And it's interesting that they're going for huge names like Eminem, Lady Gaga, Arcade Fire, things like that.
Yeah. What's also cool, it says leading up to the event, nominees will share official music videos, covers, parodies, concerts, interviews, and fan videos on YouTube. So I know they're gonna have like a music week. So it's kind of cool. They're hat tipping the people that actually make the music popular, and the other people who make the covers and the parodies. Because without them, the music just would not be pushed around YouTube. And I wish the music industry would realize that and stop punishing people who make covers.
Yep.
Because I would never have heard of, I don't know, Miley Cyrus's "We Can't Stop" if I hadn't seen 2 or 3 covers of it before. Never would have heard it. It's not in my frame of reference. I don't listen to that kind of music. But after seeing the covers, it was pretty cool, and I liked it, and I downloaded it. So now did I just admit that I have a Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
I think that's true.
I didn't know where I was going. I just admitted that on air. Okay. Well.
Yep. Let's change the subject. The Young Turks.
Yes.
So the Young Turks are a YouTube channel, and they're truly a group of YouTube channels. They're almost like their own network of different shows that focus on news, online news specifically. They started with live streaming. Way back in the day, I remember seeing lots and lots of clips pulled from their live stream that they put up about news and events that are going on. Sort of right now. Did I cover that right, Lamar? Is there anything you need?
No. They've been around for a long time. You're doing it right.
Right, perfect. Well, the Young Turks have from the very beginning. Always been live streaming, and I remember sort of watching the first sort of stuff they did, and it was very obvious that it was like in a room that wasn't a studio, that they were throwing this together real fast, and they were really trying to sort of figure out some way to make this happen. Well, if you look at what they're doing right now, they have a nice new studio, which is in the LA creator space, and so they are trying to reach out to their own audience and start up an Indiegogo to get themselves a new space for themselves to use that's apart from the YouTube creator space.
Yeah. And just to be clear, we're not doing this story to promote their Indiegogo by any means.
Right.
It's really, the focus really, and Chad said everything correct. So it's, but the focus is really this one channel, which has 1.1 billion views.
Yes.
I can't even comprehend that with news. So they're like a cable news station, but they're not. They're trying to reinvent cable news on the internet. One of the guys who is the main person on the channel. He has worked at MSNBC, and then he got taken off the air for that for some political reason. I think they put Al Sharpton in place of him.
Yeah,
and then he was on Current TV, which was formerly Al Gore's thing, and so he has had a taste of what cable TV can do to you and how all that garbage works and how it's political. So he's striving to have a set time and just be raw, unfiltered, and just be honest about news. And I got to say, I'm not into politics personally, but I do widely respect anyone who can just get out there, do this, and say what they have to say and be honest. And I think that honest and being real, that's why he has core audiences who will watch every single day what he's doing. I mean, they're getting 1.2 million views a day.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep.
So I commend them on what they're doing, and it just wanted. I guess the question I would ask is like, can an internet station on YouTube replace what your cable network? If you watch CNN or I don't know who these people are, Bill O'Reilly or Piers Morgan or Pierre. I don't. You see, I don't watch cable. Right. So whoever these people are, can this replace it? What do you think?
I think yes, and mostly because I can look at how cable news works. They have a backbone of news that works to their advantage, but that news is only fresh to them until they say it on the air, and then it's public knowledge, right? The most difficult part of those networks, in my opinion, is getting that breaking news coverage where some piece of information before anyone else knows it. But the nature of that is to break it and to tell people, and then that's when the Young Turks come in and say, well, it looks like CNN is reporting on this, looks like so-and-so is reporting on this, and we have this interview with some other expert, let's talk about it and let's put in our own spin on it, which is kind of what we do here at Twit.
I think the cool thing is that, you look at something like, CNN, who let's say there was some kind of crash or something happened horrific, and not to minimize the tragedy of it, but they will spend hours on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Young Turks say, hey, we acknowledge that, but let's, there's other important news that we feel that you should know as well. And the cable networks just tend to jump, where they watch each other to see where who's going to stay on this the longest, and then they change their whole programming.
This is the nichification of news. You don't want to watch that stuff that's on cable networks, so let's make something as close as a cable network as we can with the content that we think that you want. I think this is an absolute great business model. Yep. Do you think that because they're moving out of the LA creator space, do you think this is kind of a bad sign for the creator space that no one can really rely on it to truly build a business off of?
Oh, I think it's the 100% opposite. I think the creator space was not ever intended for anybody to have their show there long term. Mm-hmm. It's designed to get you started. It's designed to, where someone like Freddie Wong is doing his high school series, you get in and you get out. And I don't think they want a series in there for years and years. So no, they needed a space. YouTube had the space. I don't know what the terms were, as far as finances, or when they gave them to them free. But I think everybody at some point wants to have their own, versus relying on YouTube, because who's to say YouTube doesn't change their mind down the line and say, hey, we're going to use your space for something else, and you screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. We think this other thing is going to be better in here, so clear out, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Well, very, very cool. Let's see what happens with the Young Turks and what they do in the future.
Good job, guys.
And that takes me to our second sponsor of the episode, Squarespace. What is Squarespace? Well, it is an all-in-one platform that makes it easy for you to create your own personal website or online portfolio. Let me just run through if you're considering getting a website or want to build your own or want to upgrade your previous website. Here's what you do. Head on over to squarespace.com. There's a great just get started button just right on the front page. Just go ahead and hit that, and you are launched into to see all of their templates. They have more than 20 beautiful templates which you can start with, and then once you've chosen a template, you can style it, you can change it around, you can decide that I want this font to be that font, I want this width to be that width, and it's all really, really easy. I've set up many Squarespace sites where you just kind of click on an aspect of the site, and then you have sliders, there's no code, there's no crazy thing that you have to figure out or learn to edit and make your own site your own. And then all of these websites, because you're working with a great foundation that Squarespace has built, has tons and tons of advantages over other sites. Those include ease of use from people either going to see your website or you working on your website. It's mobile responsive, which means you don't have to create multiple versions of a site for web, for a desktop and for a mobile device. And truly, it's inexpensive. It just starts at $8 a month, and that includes a domain name if you don't already have a domain name if you sign up for the yearly plan. So all that I'm saying is Squarespace is really, really great. I suggest that you go head on over to the website and just try it out. You don't even need a credit card. You don't need to give them a credit card to get started. You can just try it out and see if this works for you. After a little while, if it doesn't work out, you just leave it. But you've used their tools. You can see what Squarespace can do. To start with a trial, once again, no credit card needed to start building your own website. If you decide that you do want to sign up for Squarespace, make sure that you use the offer code TWIYT10. That's TWIYT10, and you'll get 10% off to show your support for this week in YouTube. Once again, Squarespace is all you need if you want to create your own personal website or online portfolio. So go check it out. It's really, really great. And
go ahead. I would say mine is being built by next week. So I'll vouch for Squarespace, definitely.
Perfect. And yeah, we thank Squarespace for their support of This Week in YouTube, and go check them out.
I love interrupting ads. It's
fine. It's fine. I just kind of start, and then I'm like I'm on train track that it's always weird.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about, Chad, just real quick, I know I talked about this before as far as a tip, but I was thinking about this weekend as I was planning my roadmap from October on. I'm looking at this quarter as being very important to me, and I wanted to integrate more variety in the channel where it's not just for any one audience. It's some people might like vlogs, vlog format. Some people may like the sit down, tech structure, and so I'm trying. Excuse me. I set a roadmap up, and one of the things about doing anything on YouTube is whenever you change anything, people will lose their blank. They just a lot of people don't like to change, and so a lot of creators are scared to do anything new on their channel. And I guess I just have one example of me trying something like this and it working the exact opposite of how I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a disaster, but this weekend, yesterday, I put up I guess it's called a Let's Play. I put up a gaming video. First of a game that I said I'd never buy
nice.
or try, and I put it up on a Sunday and just say whatever happens, because I was thinking about if people like it, maybe I'll put it up just on the weekend, just as bonus videos, and just me commentating over it and not knowing how to play the game, screaming when stuff goes wrong. It was so positive. Like 95+% of people loved it. They're begging for more. And it just let me know and realize that, people watch us for us.
Mm-hmm.
It really confirmed that. I mean, I've known it, but it really confirmed that. Like, people just want to see me entertain. So if it's this game, if it's me talking about a tech, or it's me vlogging in my house like I did today, talking about a MacBook that I bought, they just want to see what you're doing. And so it turned out to be really good. So the tip is, don't be afraid to try new things. You might surprise yourself. I sure surprised myself. I mean, don't worry, my channel is not going to become a gaming channel, but heck, it's people wanted weekend content. This will be weekend content. If you don't want to watch it, you can just skip the video. It's so cool and simple. So that was mine. And Chad, you had one about something with something.
Yeah. So something. Yeah, that's a great tip. Is step out of your comfort zone and see what you can accomplish with your goals or with your channel. Mine is based off of goals, and I've been reading a few inspirational books about moving forward and things like that. And setting goals is something that I have always known as being a very, very, very good part of moving forward for a few reasons. One is if you set a goal, when you accomplish that goal, you know that you've hit that milestone. I back when I was just starting my career, there was lots of stuff that I wanted to have happen, and part of me wishes that I would have written down my goals to know about them currently, because it actually happened because Anthony, the board operator of this show, edited together a thing that had me on a whole bunch of shows last week, which is really funny, and there's even like a prank version of it on my Google Plus page. But it made me realize that I've kind of accomplished a lot of what I had set out to do 2 or 3 years ago. But I didn't have any goals, and so I wanted to kind of impart information onto you guys about good goal setting. First, write your goals down, and write them down in some place that you can find them. What this does is, 1, it confirms the goal in your mind, and 2, you can always go back to the goal to see how you're doing or if you've accomplished it. If you don't write it down and it's just in your brain, you're going to forget about it. Next, set a time that goal should happen on. Don't just say, I really want to clean the house, and then at some point I'll clean the house. Because that doesn't give you any place to move forwards, and it doesn't give you any urgency to actually do things to actually finally get up and do it. So clean the house by Thursday is a much better goal than clean the house. And then also do something that you know that you can accomplish, or that you think that you can accomplish. If the idea is I want to buy a new home by next week, and you don't have any money, and you have no idea how you would accomplish that, that's a really bad goal. But buy a house in a year exactly on this date is a much better goal, because you can start to write up an action plan of, in the next 3 months, I need to start, I need to talk with people to see how much money this is going to cost. I need to start saving, and then I need to do more and more things. So that was my small tip, was work with goals. Goals are there to help you motivate yourself. It's a great tool, and I was hoping to find a link to send you guys to on a resource that kind of laid out all of these things. It's funny. My goal setting stuff was on a real estate book. It's not even like a making video or life planning book. It was like how to buy a house book, and it was like, here's some goal setting stuff, and it was like, wow, this is great. Thanks. So I would say goal setting is huge, and that is my tip for the week.
All righty.
Do we want to get in this last one, or should we move on?
We should just move on.
Sounds great. Lamar, what have you made this Let's Play, which I saw, and I was so excited that you're kind of getting into the new thing. But what else have you done this last week?
Yeah, I did a video, a collab on Monday with a good friend named Joe's Daily, and we talked about what is lifestyle, like when people say, lifestyle tech or lifestyle this vlogging, what are they talking about? So we had a really good discussion about that. I did another video after that because YouTube broke that one and never got sent to most subscribers.
No.
So I did another video the next day about, I don't have no idea what it was. It was some compilation material. And then I just kind of gave up during the week because I was so frustrated. YouTube just would not, it wasn't working right last week at all. Everybody, Michael Buckley, everybody who was complaining about it. So I just took the rest of the week off to plan this week. And so look for, a nice variety format, vlog format, just me being myself. And as I'm trying to do something that not a lot of people do. No one's doing the vlogging and tech and humor and adding all that. No one's doing it. And it's time to kind of elevate myself. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
And and Chad, I saw your video about the hair, and it was funny that Jeff Jarvis even like not reblogged it. What do you call it?
Yeah, reshared it. Yeah,
reshared it on Google Plus, which is like, wow, that was it. Because he never ever does anything like that. But it was a good explanation. What was that video about? Why did you feel like you had to?
So this last week, I've been trying to really double down on the vlog stuff because I've been doing all the game stuff and my vlogs have always been better in terms of views and reactions and comments and stuff. So I've been trying to double down on making vlogs. And by the way, fun tip, go to any of my vlogs and pause it before it starts playing, because the first frame of every vlog is just priceless. Just go do that for me, right?
I don't know why you feel like you need that face to start.
I don't know.
You do this YouTube show the exact same way.
If I go like find another one of the vlogs, like this one was here's Ask Me Anything. Pause. Like what's wrong with that face?
Like you're gonna kill somebody.
I don't know. And then like 2 seconds later, hey, I'm fine. Oh, that's not even that great of a face either. But I did a explanation video. If you've ever wondered why I have a ridiculously insane hair, you can head on over to youtube.com/omgchad because that video has been doing really good. You're right, Jeff Jarvis shared it. And basically, I answered the question on what's the backstory behind it, pros and cons of it, and I try to do all that in under 6 minutes, which I got close.
One thing that you mentioned that I don't like, and I'm just going to call a few people out in the community who do this, like, because they tweet at me, like, I'm not watching that show because that guy has red hair.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's like, that's the most idiotic, stupid thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
I was like, please just go away.
Yes.
Most
of it's like, if you're that close-minded,
they see because it's somebody who's young, who's TDing, and they don't like that. It's like, just move on with your life. Don't don't prejudge somebody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my
The other things I happened to play a game with some huge people in the Minecraft community, Seth Bling, Etho, Old Man Willikers, and a whole bunch of really great friends. We did this building game, which is absolutely hilarious. Basically, it is like Pictionary and telephone in one, where you get a thing that you have to make, and then you build it in Minecraft, and then someone has to guess what you built, and then based off that guess, someone builds the guess. It's and that goes on a few times. It's incredibly funny. That's the other video that I would suggest checking out. I had to build the Matrix in Minecraft. I don't get this game. It was so fun. It was so fun and so funny.
I don't get Minecraft.
This was what I built, the Matrix. I built the Matrix in Minecraft. Anyway, I would suggest you go check that out. And then I mean, I uploaded like six videos last week. Yeah, 2 Dwarves versus Zombies, a Rogue Legacy Let's Play, a normal Minecraft Let's Play, the vlog, and that thing.
And you know what I love about you? You're following. You're keeping it all on one channel. People don't want to watch the Let's Plays. They can watch the vlogs. They don't want to watch the vlogs. They can watch
I'm
the Let's
worried
Plays.
I'm worried, and maybe this is a great conversation for later, but there may be stuff that people are ignoring. And if you're ignoring something in your feed, that might be bad. I don't know. Still working that out. Hey, but yeah. I passed the whole thing about the goal setting was that my goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2013, and I've gotten to 2,000 subscribers, which is a big milestone for me. That happened yesterday.
Well, congratulations. We need to do something, man. What's with this Twitch network? Y'all supposed to be big. You better help this man out.
Yeah.
Man, don't have me make a video just for you.
Yeah. So anyway, So that's the other thing is a great part of goal setting. Tell everyone your goals, because then they can help you complete your goals. And that goal was it has a time by the end of 2013, and it's something that I think that I can accomplish with 10,000 subscribers.
All right.
So that's about it for this episode of This Week in YouTube. If you want to subscribe, head on over to youtube.com/TWIYT and hit that subscribe button, and then our videos are hand delivered to you. If you want to check us out live, see, Lamar will give you the episodes.
Literally.
It's Lamar goes into your inbox and anyway. If you want to watch us live, you can head on over to live.twit.tv every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is our local time, or 8 p.m. Eastern time. And everyone else will have to figure out your own time zone after that. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in another episode. Bye. Oh, here's the me getting pranked video. If you haven't seen this one, Lamar, it is actually pretty funny.
Was it a Twit thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, I didn't see it.
So this is what Anthony did to me on Sunday.
Close out the show, but first, Chad's got to push this button that's going to show you what you missed if you haven't been watching Twit all this week.
Previously on Twit, Gizwiz.
This is called the Squatty Potty. How's it going back there?
Not so good.
I'd just like you to test this out here. How's it going for you in there now?
Oh my God.
OMG Craft.
Icicle. Bicycle. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
This Week in YouTube.
Yeah, this is Lamar Reacts, Chad Reacts to. Sorry.
Are you taking my space?
It has a screen on the back, but it doesn't allow you to see what's on your own thing. Like,
Wait a
I want
minute.
to see myself while I'm taking a selfie.
You're such a ham.
All about Android.
Chad, what's up?
iPad today.
Oh my Lord. And ways to grow. Reading Rainbow.
OMG Twit. You heard me.
Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. I had no idea that was about ready to play.
We've just been Chad rolled.
Wow.
Yeah, so that happened.
That was
Sunday.
amazing. Oh my God.
Yeah, I filled it on a few shows last week.